Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday morning and another episode of Ken versus 10. I'm Ken, SSK promo, Mr. Bill. And we are going to do another episode here of Ken versus 10, where I am trying to beat down my death pile 10 listings at a time. Normally I list 10 items on the show and see how many of those can sell before next week. And so we'll get the show going and started because I have a little bit of a different tactic today that I'm going to try. And first, I'm going to say good morning to Lisette. Good morning to you, and good morning, everyone. Grams and Pops Vintage. Good morning, folks. And Janelle is here. Good morning. Got 4 listings up so far. Janelle is off and running over there in the treasure. What do you call your FJ treasures? What do you call that? The treasure shed or the treasure? Why can't I think of that? The treasure chest. That's it. The treasure chest. Janelle's working this morning. Good morning to Paul on a work call and lurking in the chat. Thanks for popping in. Hopefully it's a good chat meeting. Good morning, Sonia. How are you? Good to see you. Yes, the treasure chest. I came up with it eventually. I watch all your videos. You'd think I'd remember what that was. So on Thursday mornings, I always like to man, today I'm thirsty again today. Angie's Oddities is saying there's a blizzard here. Good day to stay inside and list. Working and listing. Well, Angie, welcome to the show. And hopefully you get a bunch of listings done today while you're just hanging out with us here. Had an ice storm overnight there where Janelle was at as well. Everything was frozen. Took her a half an hour to get to the shed and get working. Well, now that you're in there, hopefully it's all heated up and ready to go. On Thursday mornings, I always like to throw out offers on items. And today I've got about 13 listings that I am sending offers on. So I will send those out first. And maybe, I think, was it last week we got a sale on an item that we had sent an offer out during the show. So I will send offers on those and we'll get to stuff. Snowy in Massachusetts as well. Well, here in Ohio, we are having an unseasonably warm day. It's supposed to get up near 70 degrees today, but it's very breezy. But tomorrow it's going to be back down to like 37 degrees. So all that wind is, dragging in cold weather. It's been like that. We've been on this pattern of gradually warms up through the week, gets stormy on Wednesdays, gets Wednesday on Thursday, and real warm. And then on Fridays, it is back down to cold temperatures and some possible snow flurries there. Good morning to Kristen, a rural squirrel. It's great to have you here. And yes, my mother is saying we have sunshine today. Yes, so it's nice to see the sun out there. I was out to the garage earlier this morning and it was very nice out there. And folks are saying hi to one another. Grams and Pops Vintage, I saw their recent video. Congratulations on the new grandbaby over there, Get that kid working. Get her a shift, maybe sorting through some of that storage unit haul that you had. Uh, yeah, I had to break ice off the car. It's it's just crazy out there. The weather all across the country, blizzards out west, up north, to the east. Yeah, and didn't lose power. That's always good. Uh, yeah, it's just nuts out there. So today I am got my offer sent out already. Um, have a few items going out that I sold. Sales have been slow, so that I've been seeing that across a lot of the folks that I follow on YouTube. Folks, sales are slow. Some people are just still killing it um, out there. Every day, and it goes up and down. Some days are good. Some days are um, you know, you might not get a sale at all or maybe 1 or 2. But I've got 3 going out today. Hey, look, I sold these gold, shoes, these these ones that light up. Oh, remember on the show where I listed these a couple weeks ago when I was banging on there to make them light up? I got a sale, so we'll do that for luck. I don't think you can see where they're lighting up, but so I sold those for, like, 20 bucks, took a best offer on those. Mikey Bags of Money is up early this morning out there in Vegas. Hello, Ken and chat friends. Hey, Mikey Bags tonight on if you follow Joe and Nicole over at I'd Flip That, Minnesota, they are doing a game show night tonight. I am super excited about that. It looks just from the previews that they've done, it looks like it's gonna be fun. They always have fun content anyway. And the special guests are Mikey Bags of Money and Sunny Las Vegas. I believe that is tonight at 9 p.m. I'm not sure what time zone that's in, but you know what I'm gonna do? Because I had that called up. I'm just gonna throw a link in here to that show. That's I'd Flip That, um, tonight at 9 p.m., the, Reseller Showdown. So Mikey Bags is gonna be on that. That's going to be fun. Good morning, Roman. How are you, my friend? Hopefully, you're getting some of this sunshine up there in the northern part of the state as well. It's been a great day out there so far. Uh Yeah, they go all out over there. Always enjoyable to watch their content. Um, and some folks saying hi. Oh, Corey's going to make some more coffee later in the day. It's past his bedtime. Us old folks need our rest. Yeah, I need to get more rest myself. I go to bed way too late, get up way too early. Some days I have to drag myself out of bed. Yes, good call. Changing his YouTube name to Roman Bags of Money. That's great. Lisa K is here. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just following the chat. I'm not getting anything done so far. But hey, here's what I'm going to do today on Ken versus 10 is sales have been slow recently. I have been doing, my normal listings every day. And I was trying to figure out what to do on the show today and I was talking with Jill, my girlfriend, who's usually here in the chat but must be finishing up with a client. Um, she gave me an idea of why don't I go through and look at some old listings that I have and take and list those on the show. And I was like, well, that's kind of cheating. And I thought, well, hey, one good thing always when you are uh Roman saying it's cold. uh, cold up there today in the Cleveland area. I'm a little farther south in Ohio, and Jill is here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Jill, who's my main support system in this, always coming up with good ideas, always finding good sourcing, which, brings me to what I was going to list this week was all items. It seems like every week, all I'm finding or all I'm listing is things that either Jill gave me that she found, things from around her house, or stuff that I got, for free from friends or family. And so I want to do a show that proves that I know how to pick items myself, things that I actually went out to a yard sale, garage sale, auction, thrift store, and found myself. But, and I was getting those ready yesterday, and I was just kind of not getting through them. And so I thought, well, one good thing when your sales are slow or any good time is to go back through some old listings, things that have been there for a while in your store. Go back and recheck the comps on them. And what I found is everything that I'm going to work with today was either overpriced because when I listed it, however long ago that it was at the current pricing. Well, prices fluctuate. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. And most all of these items, the prices had went down, or I'm just going to modify them to a little to get a bit of activity. So I kind of went through all of my listings and picked out some items that I felt should have sold already and have not. Um, so I am going to see what how to do this here to best show you what I'm going to do. Maybe I will share the screen here. Share screen. Um, so the first things up here with Easter coming up is this. It's a Dandy Hoppy Hopster. It's a pretty large plush. Wait, I should get it here where you can see it. And when I first listed this, these things were going, that's probably even 2 Easters ago. These things were going for about almost $100. And now they're down and about the $50 range. The last one that I saw was um 49.99 that sold. So I am going to list that one. And I did go in um with um and also fix shipping and stuff. Items that I've had up for a while, shipping has changed. And so I kind of was able to go through there and also update titles um, on things. Yes, please hit that thumbs up if you would. I would appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, so on my prove I can pick, I'm showing items that I picked that didn't sell. Well, they haven't sold yet. And that's what we're going to say is these are I think all of them are decent items. I'm surprised that some of them haven't sold, but they're out of line with the pricing. So I appreciate you keeping tabs on me though. Someone needs to watch out for me here. So we listed that one right there at 49.99. So that's about half price of what they were when I first uh, bought them or first listed them. Let's see if I can do this here. So I'm going to share the screen here again, and I got a NutriBullet juicer. I had bought this back in December before Christmas, and I got it listed right away because I figured first of the year with people wanting to get, healthy and New Year's resolutions and such, they might that it might go because it was basically a new open box. Everything was still sealed and wrapped on the inside, and I had it listed. I paid $25 for this, and because it should have sold around the $80 range at that time when I listed it, and now they are going for around $60. or so. So I'm going to have this one listed at 60. You know, it's about $20 less than what I originally was, having it listed for. So we'll see if we can move that one along. Plus, it's a big item. It's a big box, and I'd like to have it off on my inventory shelf to make room for some other stuff. Yeah, I need a longer show to show all the items that they pick that don't sell. Need to do the same thing. Yeah, it's always good to go back and look through your inventory stuff that's up there, and it was really eye-opening, even in just these 10 items that I'm gonna do today. Um, so let's pull this dude up right here. We're just moving right along with the show, the 10 items. Oh, I should talk about last week's show. Last week I listed some records. So Ken versus 10, it's how many items that I list during the show can I sell before next week's show? And zero, a big old goose egg from last week. I listed vinyl albums is what I had. Now, I had listed 10 of them that I had picked that I thought were some of the better ones that would sell. And then over the next few days, I listed some more. So I have during the week, I sold 4 vinyl albums, but none of them were from the Ken versus 10 show. And I'm an honest dude. I'm an upfront guy that likes to um, play fair. I could have shown those on my Instagram post as sales from Ken versus 10 and taken, 4 to 6 against the death pile, but I didn't, but I was happy to sell those other 4, and they were ones that I would never have thought were that would sell, either some artists that I didn't know who they were or just albums that weren't, common mainstream everyday stuff. So, I got blanked last week. The death pile smoked me, but I have listed quite a few albums throughout the week, and and a few of the offers that I sent today, like 3 of the 14 offers were on some of those albums that I just listed. So let us show the screen here. And the next item is this. It's an Ion Discover DJ. It's a computer DJ system. Hook this up to your computer and you can mix music and sound and such. And I had bought this. I paid $5 for it at a yard sale. And when I first listed it, it was selling around 45 to $50. Looking at comps on them now is they sell around $30. There's not many of them sold, but oh, why did I click save for later? I'm a knucklehead. Let's resume that draft. There we go. And let's list that thing at about $30. So we'll see if that sells. And let's stop that till I get the next one prepared. So, what else do I got going on here? Okay, well let's I listed that plush first, and a couple of my sales that I'll give a plush update for any of you that have been following along or interested at all in kind of like my plush experiment that I'm doing. Not only am I doing different tactics in my plush category, I am. Have a good day, Angie. Hopefully, be safe out there in your blizzard conditions, and have a good day. We appreciate you. If you get off the call, hop back in later on. So, in my plush sales, I am not only kind of really focusing in that category to see if I can boost sales in different ways. I am also taking everything that I make from that to put towards my travel fund to go to all the reseller meetups and such this coming year, because you can see I have a few signs here that are up that say FOMO, and that's to help kind of remind me. I've got a couple more over here because I'm not a traveler. I do not like to travel uh, at all, but I also have that fear of missing out on these things, and I kind of would take that a little bit a step further and say it's not necessarily FOMO or the fear of missing out. It is the feeling of missing out, because last year I did not go to things like FlipCon. I did not go to the Boss Reseller Remix and a couple other meetups. You know, those are kind of two of the biggest ones. One on the East Coast with FlipCon, and one out west in Vegas with the Boss Reseller Mix. And I did not go to those, and just that overwhelming feeling of missing out to see everybody's videos and how much fun that it looked, and educational, how much people were learning at the events, listening to the different speakers. So I decided in 2023, whether I have the money or not, if I have to go in debt and, hawk my put my house in hawk or whatever, I am going to these meetups. Hey, here's one right here. Here is Joe. I'd flip that. Hey, everyone, just got done snow blowing. 6 or 4 foot drifts, multiple in his driveway. Yeah, it's everybody's been reporting some bad weather, Joe. But hey, it's great to have you in here. And I had actually a little bit earlier in the chat, I had posted a link to your channel for the big game show tonight, the Reseller Showdown, with you and Nicole, and then of course having Mikey Bags and Sunny Las Vegas on there. I'm looking forward to it because it has all the elements. It checks all the boxes. It's got games. I love games. I love to play games. I love to watch people play games. I just like to participate. It's got Joe and Nicole. It's got, I'd flip that. They got a great channel. It's got Mikey Bags. It's got Sunny Las Vegas. Just the show has like everything. So I'm super excited. That's 9 p.m. tonight. Is Minnesota, are you in Central Time, Joe? I would assume. So that would be 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern where I'm at, if I'm correct on that. Throw that in the chat. And that would be cool. And I am going to uh I'm going to add you to as a moderator, Joe. If you want to throw your link in there again, I have that page closed down. So looking forward to that. And Jill is saying, yuck, she's sorry about the snow. Yeah, it stinks. Okay, so it's 8 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, that works out even better for me, a little bit earlier. So super excited about that. What the heck was I talking about? Oh, my plush and FOMO and going to the meetups and stuff. So I am going to um yeah, there was Roman was talking about, there was that FleaCon where a bunch of the guys, Carry American Arbitrage, Sunny, Hustle Q, Kelly, Luis was there, and Miss Taffy. Um, was that whole event looked fun, but I chose not to go that because I knew that coming up was the Trash to Cash podcast, the Trash to Cash um Vegas, out in Vegas, the Trash to Cash Vegas Bash, they're calling it. And I've got my ticket. Yeah, okay, I printed it off. I know I'm old, and I feel like one of those from like the Progressive Insurance with Dr. Rick, the commercials where, for young homeowners who are turning into their parents, we don't need to print off the internet. But I did I printed off my ticket there. There's the link in the chat to the game show tonight. Because I want to go to these. And so that's in April, like April 22nd. So Trash to Cash. You can go over to one of their sites, either Kevin Commonwealth or NC Picker or uh to Carry American Arbitrage or Trash to Cash, probably on their Facebook, someplace if you want to go get a ticket and participate in that event. Um, you are your parents. Simmer down, Jill. Simmer down, simmer down. Um, so yeah, my plush sales. That's what I was talking about. So last week I only sold one plush for the whole week, but I was working on I've been doing different things. I've been running different sales. I had a 50% sale, a 40% sale, a 30% sale, my standard 20%. I've focused more on listing in the category. And in that last week, I decided I didn't list anything in that category just to see how the algorithm treats activity in a particular category. My mother says that she could build a great snowman in that snow. Using my grandchildren as an excuse for an old woman out there playing in the snow. Yes, my mother and my great niece, Aspen, they here a couple weeks ago, we had some snow and they went out and they built a snowman in the front yard for all the neighbors to see. And they built a snowman in the backyard outside, like the back um, dining room window, so that they could enjoy it. Uh, oh, cool. Uh, Corey says he's going to be in Vegas as well. I'm only showing up to get autographs from the Clickbait podcast crew. I heard they were crashing. Yes, Jimmy and I are going to be there at the Trash to Cash. So we both got our tickets and we're kind of getting rooms and flights and all of that. So yes, Corey, definitely. I'll practice my signature. I may bring my own Sharpie because I'm sure that's going to be the theme of the whole thing. Really, I mean, Trash to Cash is holding the event, but come on, I'm going to be there. So that's the DOG. Oh, I don't have it on there. I have my FOMO on there. That's the DOG. If you follow the Reseller Clickbait podcast, new episodes come out on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure that most people are coming to see me once I put it out there that we're coming. I don't even know what I'm talking about here. Um, Plush sales. I sold one plush, $13.27 last week. My goal, I'm doing my plush experiment from January, February, March, and my goal is to at least sell $100 in plush in each of those 3 months. And so and I do that from week to week, from Tuesday to Tuesday, when's like payday for most of us eBayers to take a weekly payout. Um, yes, we are also looking getting the rooms at the MGM as well. So definitely want to be there where everybody is hanging out. But my plush update for February, I am at $94.58. So I'm a little bit, well, technically I'm a little bit shy as of last payday. I only sold 1 week total on the experiment January and February. I am at 212.36, But today, some items going out. Hey, look at this guy right here. He's a hand puppet. And then let's see. He's got some lion roaring sounds right there. So I sold that guy, and I sold another. This is a Build-A-Bear, DC Comics Wonder Woman. She's got kind of the Wonder Woman hit there on the feet. And so those are both going out today. So a couple of plush sales so far this week already, and that will put my total over my $100 goal. And I still have another week left here in February to see, and then I'm gonna really change some stuff up in March. I'm gonna hit it hard again in the first of the month with listing, and just kind of keep that whole thing going. It's been very interesting, and I might do like a pre-record video about my findings of listing stuff in a category, how different sales, different promotions, different strategies seem to affect a category. Now, it's also whenever the buyers are going to buy something, and what items that you have for sale, but it does seem to help. And there's Larry way out one. Good morning, Larry, my friend. I sold a Build-A-Bear seal yesterday. Excellent. There's the record guy. I don't know, Larry, if you were listening when I listed records last week, and I got a big old goose egg on my 10 versus 10 was 0. That's the first time that's happened so far in all of these shows. I have not been blanked, but this week I was. I've only got 3 things listed so far. What the heck am I doing? Um, so I am going to go with uh okay. I have this Scream mask right here. Now I know it's not Halloween, but these things sell all the time if they are good ones. And um so this particular one, with the way, the markings, you probably can't see that, but it's arced around there, the Easter Unlimited, and it is stamped as an MK sort of mask. I did have a run-in with a potential buyer that was basically, I think, trying to get that thing for a lot cheaper than what it was worth. He was telling me that it wasn't an MK brand and that it was only worth, he offered me, well, I had it listed. It was listed very high. I had it listed for around 300 bucks. And he wanted to offer me $60, and he's telling me all this stuff. It's this certain squinty eye, and it's not really an MK. And so, I had messaged back. It's like, how could it not be an MK? It's stamped right here, MK. And well, it says that, but it's really an EU by now. Those things change. I'm like, I don't know how they can change. It's stamped in the plastic. It's not going to change. But from looking through the sold comps and stuff, that mask is really about 180 to 200 is the sale. I only paid $1 for it at a yard sale. So I am going to lower my price to be about in range where it should be, about $180. And so, but that was a funny conversation back and forth. Usually I don't deal with customers or put a lot of time into if somebody wants to argue, or if it's a potential scam. Um, I did have somebody. I haven't had anything where somebody's tried to scam me for a long time. I got to getting my feedback rating up there, and I've been doing this about 3 years now. And well, actually, today is my second. I'll say my second reseller anniversary. We talked last week or 2 weeks ago that February 11th of 2020 was when I listed my first item on eBay. to start my reselling full-time reselling career. And then it wasn't until February the 23rd that I actually sold my first item on eBay. So whether you think it's when you list it or when you sell your first item that starts your career, but it was the 23rd of February that I sold my first item, a pair of Nike Trout baseball cleats, sold for like 17.99. So, and I got that cha-ching, and I was like, "What the heck is this sound coming out of my phone that I've never heard before?" And and that's what it was. And so, but the Scream Mask, I am getting it down a little more in line. It was fun to just kinda go back and forth with this person that was trying to scam me. I've started to say I did have somewhat of a scam the other day. I had somebody make an offer on an item for more than what it was listed at, which is usually, you know, a telltale sign that somebody's and the thing of it was only like a $26 item, and it wasn't something that was it was a plush, actually, and it wasn't something that, oh, was, wasn't high dollar, it wasn't high in demand, and so why they sent me an offer for more than what it was listed for, I'm not really sure, but I just declined it and moved on about my day. Yes, thank you, Roman. Everybody hit that thumbs up if you had not so far. Well, that chat jumped on me and everything got good morning, Aaron. How are you? Good to see you here in the chat and that you are working today. Aaron has some been preparing for a large church sale that's coming up here in March. She had listed a or showing some Christmas, some Napco Noel Angel things the other day that are just a sweet vintage Christmas item. I think she's looking around 150 or something for them, but they were, man, they were sweet. I took a second look at them for sure. Um, cool. Larry saying he took a bunch of $5 records to the booth Monday and sold 15 of them yesterday. Sold 21 records this month on eBay. Yeah, Larry, I was saying how even though I got blanked on the 10 records that I listed on Ken versus 10, I did sell 4 more. I did sell 4 records last week that went out. So I was excited about that. They were others that I had listed after the show. What do I got to do here? Okay, let's get through some of these listings because we're almost 40 minutes into this. But congrats on those sales, Larry. Okay, we are going to go with this item right here, which is a Wii U Guitar Hero guitar. Again, another one that when I listed it, it does have the little dongle, which is important for a wireless guitar. And when I had listed it, they sold around 70 bucks, and now they're, 45 to 50 maybe. And also I fixed some shipping issues that I had, in that, um, where I probably would have lost money because that's been listed for such a long time. So it is good to go back and review some of those old listings to see what, um to review shipping because shipping goes, up and down, maybe during the holidays or usually twice a year, at least the post office anyway, is raising rates. And so it's good to kind of go back and review. And I haven't done that. I haven't been good at doing that. Um, okay, be safe out there, Corey. I appreciate that. And yeah, dress warmly and don't throw your back out. Uh we've got this Space Laser Fight game. This is from 1979. I had got this one in that private pick, so it's been up for a little over a month or so. And the only reason that I am listing this one is just to get a little bit of movement. It has had some interest. It was normally listed at 79.99, and I am going to go uh, just relist it at about 69.99. I'm going to take 10 bucks off of it and see if that gets some movement going on it. So that is, I don't know how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 listed. Um, a a Sony PlayStation 1 with a couple of controllers and a couple of memory cards. This is another one that was when I listed it. I've had it for a while. I paid 10 bucks for this, but there was also some games and a couple other accessories that I have sold already. I paid 10 bucks for this whole lot of stuff, and so I've made my money back. Um, yes, I'll cover that in just one second. Ray, good morning to you, my friend. Uh So I paid 10 bucks for that, and when I listed them, they were going around 100 bucks for a setup, like that, and now they're, like, maybe 50 to 60 bucks. So I am going to list this one at, uh at 59.99 with best offers on. I also did some stuff. I had fixed some things in the title. I didn't like the way I had my title. Um, all of my pictures, sometimes when I do this review, I go back and I look at my photos too. Is there something I could do better or different in a photo? Maybe take something a little bit different angle or add some photos. All of the photos on these looked pretty decent. And but I did fix the title on that. I didn't like the way that I had it. So hopefully it'll get a little bit more visibility, and at the lower proper price, hopefully those will move along pretty quick. Yes, Ray, FOMO, my fear of missing out, or more importantly, that I kind of explained earlier, the feeling of missing out. It all has to do with all these reseller meetups and going to the Trash to Cash Vegas Bash that's coming up, to going to FlipCon that's in August, to going to the Boss Reseller Mix, which is normally in October, and just getting around to some other, to meet a few resellers. Uh, so there's the fear of missing out, and then the feeling of missing out, because last year when I didn't go to those, just the overwhelming, whatever you want to say, sadness, depression, that you missed out on all of that, all of that fun and excitement and knowledge and networking and such. And so I am definitely, hell or high water, I'm going to these events. Got my tickets for Jill Jill and Ray are going to the Vegas Bash. Yes, I am going. Ticket purchased in hand. Working on discussing some stuff with Jimmy about Jimmy Old School Flips, about sharing some rooms, and when we're getting there and stuff. Going to be booking a lot of that stuff probably this weekend yet, and looking forward. And then Ray and I had talked the other day about FlipCon coming up in August, about hooking up and doing something there. Yes, Ray will be drinking cream soda in Las Vegas. The That's, I assume, referring to the Monday night draft on the Nashville Flippers channel this last week, or it might have been on Paul Philly Flippers channel, where I think it might have been on Paul Philly Flippers, where they were doing the best sodas or pops, depending on what you call it and where you're from. And it was a fun show with TJ Lovelady was on there, um, and heck, who else was on that show? Um, I forget. Go check it out. Go watch. Go to Paul Philly Flipper or Nashville Flippers and look at the Monday night draft from last week. Um, why can I not think of who was on that show? But it was fun. It was a good time. It was a good time. Uh, so let's do another draft. Oh, I have this. I pulled this out. Look at this sweet, sweet shirt right here. Boom. Vintage 90s single stitch, unworn, Dr. Evil with the Dr. Evil hit on the back. It's a men's size large. Again, the graphic is pristine. The shirt has never been washed. Um, I bought this at a yard sale in Seville, Ohio, where Jill and I go every year. That's like it's a big citywide sale, and I think I listed that in Garage Sale Nation. You can check that out there if you're searching for things in Ohio. But it's a citywide sale that's it's like the third weekend in June every year. Jill and I have been going for 20, 25 years. Definitely a really cool event. Roman, that's not far from you. I think it's less than an hour, 45 minutes ago to Seville, Ohio. Maybe we might have to do a little bit of a meetup here come June time. Maybe get some other resellers involved in that. But my Dr. Evil t-shirt, um, where's it at on my list right here? Oh yeah. It was I had it listed for $100. I've seen them sell anywhere from 75 to 125. This one has been, sitting for a while, and I am going to I changed the price. I'm going to list it down at 79.99. Uh, and see if I can't. The last one that I saw that sold was for 79.99. So I'm going to list it uh and see if I can't get a hit on that because it's a sweet, sweet shirt. And there's Jimmy Old School Flips checking in. Yeah, Jimmy, we was talking a little bit of meetup action, some Trash to Cash Vegas Bash, some Flip Con, some uh Boss Reseller Mix. Seems like we have some other Corey from Grams and Pops Vintage was in here. They're coming just to meet us, Jimmy, at the Clickbait podcast. They're looking for autographs when when they come to the Vegas bash. So that should be cool. And Ray's got his new Crocs. His new Crocs are ready to rock those. Hopefully you bought some new socks to go with your Crocs. Uh yeah. And Joe is saying they're dealing with that huge blizzard that went through last night, getting ready for the game show tonight. That I'm excited about that. Let's see what my phone has been uh see what my phone has been ticking about here if it was something I needed to address on the show, but it was not. Um bought some orange ones. Ironically, they were just civilian Crocs, no prison Crocs. It Roman's into his alien conspiracy theories there. and other folks, Larry and Joe, everybody saying hi to Jimmy. Uh, yeah, conspiracy theories can be fun for sure. Uh, uh, and Lisette is back. She was driving. Well, I'm glad you tuned out and was safe in your driving because we know, from previous things, some folks just can't listen to me and drive at the same time. I'm looking straight at you, Roman. Roman wrecked his car listening to my show one day. So, a couple more drafts here. I will show them real quick. And I wish I would have looked at this stuff and did it last week. Look at this sweet hat right here. Marlboro Racing. The patch got kind of like the Indy car on there. This is a vintage. It's a snapback hat right there. Um, let me see. Do I have the brand in here? But I've had this listed. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm a knucklehead. Resume draft. I've had this one listed for a while, even though it's like just a sweet vintage hat. When I first, again, made in USA, red snapback with the patch. That hat, when I first listed it, it's around 80 to 80 bucks or so. As I look at new ones or ones that are selling now and currently, it's only about a $30 hat. Um, I'm trying to move stuff along out of this store to get things going. So I am going to put that one at its kind of current value of 30 bucks. I'd like to get a lot more of it. Uh, in your husband's car, and he doesn't understand resellers. I get that. Uh, yes, Roman, we will meet up in East Palestine, right there by the railroad tracks. We go to Jimmy is his own conspiracy theory for sure. I still haven't figured him out yet. And Jimmy's listing hats. It is a conspiracy that I'm relisting hats, Jimmy. I don't know if we're here in the very beginning, but all of these items that I'm listing today are things that were in my store that have sat for a while that I have to try to, sales have been a little slow here recently. So I'm trying to boost some sales, going back through and fixing listings, fixing titles, um, changing pricing, looking at the comps. A lot of these things that are items that I think should have sold because they're good quality items, but my pricing is out of line. And I didn't realize that because I haven't looked at them. I listed them and then they just sit there and I don't pay attention to them again. And it's very eye opening just going through this little thing this morning of looking through the listings and pulling stuff out, how much the pricing is off, and it's no wonder that it's sitting there. If just like that, if I had a $80 hat listed for 80 bucks, and it's only selling for 30, it's going to sit there for quite a while. And then the last one, yeah, I usually do, Joe. I have a lot of hats. I have a lot of hats listed. I have a lot of hats to list, and it kind of goes in spurts. Um, and I believe that my next category after plush is going to be in the hat category, where I am really focusing on getting hats listed, running different sales, running different promotions. And I've noticed with the plush so far how much it has increased the sales in the plush. Whether it's, sometimes it's maybe because it's a deep discounted sale, sometimes it's the normal sale that it's on, but because I've listed a whole bunch, over several days, that and the interesting thing is that it's not always the new plush that I'm listing that is selling. It's older plush that have been up there for a while, which leads me to believe that the algorithm says, "Hey, this category is, getting some attention. Will help maybe boost a few listings and such." Um, uh, yes, very good advice. Uh, best advice on hats. Even the really good ones take time to sell. Bad hats won't sell. Hats are slow sellers, Roman says. You have to really wear a desirable one or price them really cheap. Yes, also true for sure. Uh yeah. And it kind of just goes in spurts. Sometimes they sell, sometimes they don't. Um so this is the last item that I have to list for today. I wish I would have changed this up last week. 1987 Speed Weeks, Daytona. The NASCAR season just started the other day. Look at this mesh, snapback, trucker hat. Um, Speedway is the tag on that, if you can see that. Um, and it is on a yeah, it's got the Speedway uh, tag right there in on the snapback. But man, that patch is just freaking beautiful right here. And I've been trying to sell that one around $70 is when I first listed it. That's where it was. And I am going to list that around 50. I'm going to drop that down a little bit to around 50 and see if I can't move that one along. And so I'm going to resume that draft. Plus, I also fixed some stuff in the title and a couple things with shipping. Some of these hats have been listed for so long. It was before um, price increases in shipping, and so I've got those. I've got those fixed now to get a fair price. I usually don't try to make money on shipping, but I want to at least cover my costs. And some of those older ones were not. Billsy Bear Memories is here. Good morning. Good morning. I gotta tell you, Billsy, I enjoy your Instagram posts where you have, where you're showing the records that you're listing. I love the way that you have the album cover sitting up on the stereo. The album is playing, and you can see the little meter dials, jumping on the stereo system there that you're playing them on. It's just, I find it cool, and I sometimes if it's like a really cool song from an album, I find myself just letting that video play over and over again, so you're probably getting some extra hits or extra views just from me enjoying the tunes. Um, yeah, that falls under a good hat will sell eventually. I am I am looking past eventually to selling now. Need to, do whatever I can to bolster some sales in the store, even if that means I've kind of talked about this before. It's uh am I leaving money on the table by reducing the price on some of those things? A good hat that will sell. Um, yes, probably so. But there's a difference, I think, uh in leaving money on the table and putting food on the table. I do this as a full-time gig. This is how I fund my life. As far as I got to keep the heat on here in the winter. I got to keep my belly full. Which, if I stood up, you would see where I'm not having a problem keeping my belly full right now. But you got to keep gas in the truck and pay for insurance and all of that stuff. And so when right now, when sales are a little bit slower, I'm just trying to move stuff along quickly if I can, Because I'll find, at least I think I will, I'll find more stuff later on when I'm out picking, when garage sale, yard sale season. There's always more hats out there. There's always more video games. There's always more plush or whatever out there to be found. Well, hell, I just need to go out in my garage. I still got a ton of that stuff, which is next week's show is everything that I bought myself that Jill didn't give me or somebody else didn't give me for free. And good morning, Chris. Good to have you here, Chris Cajun reseller. Clients are here. Jill has to go. Bye all, and everybody have a wonderful day. Sweet. Jimmy had a sale on Orvis bag, $450. Sweet sale. Sweet, sweet. Yeah, I gotta keep the bell. I'm not, Santa size, but hey, if I worked on that though, I could probably be there by, November, get up to true Santa size rather than having to have that padded belly on there. So I've got my 10 listings. Again, these were old listings that were already up that I ended and I did a sell similar. I fixed issues in titles, maybe swap some pictures around. I fixed shipping issues where I would have lost, a few cents here and there. And see if we can't sell some of these stale items that have been sitting there before next Thursday's show. I'm hoping that will happen. I have been diligently listing uh, each day, trying to get good quality stuff up. Going through some of my bins and going through some of these listings when I was researching for this show. I do have a lot of crap. Jimmy had said earlier that a bad hat, good hats will sell eventually, bad hats won't sell. And I have a lot of that in my inventory, not just hats, but other items that have been up there. And it's like, man, this thing is just not, nobody's going to buy this goofy thing that I put up here, even at a cheaper price. So, all of that, I am planning to have a yard sale probably mid-March to end of March. If the weather straightens up correctly around here, we'll start to get into yard sale season. Usually that doesn't hit around here until in the first part of April. But I am going to have a yard sale to also fund my travel fund, to be able to go around to. Nobody wants that Ohio State hat. Yeah. Sometimes. Hey, it's funny. I don't always buy Ohio State hats. There's a lot of Ohio State gear around here, and it's odd because it's like I see so much of it, I don't always pick it up. But then I'll see somebody else that's selling, oh, hey, I sold this, Ohio State pullover hoodie or this, Ohio State memorabilia or something like that. It's like, I should probably look a little bit more into that. So we are a little over an hour here. I am going to just throw in here real quick a link if anybody wanted to jump in the show for just a second, say hey, maybe pitch something they have going on. Um, which reseller event is going to be in Indianapolis? I do not know. Indianapolis is a not that far of a drive for me. I would like to know this as well. If there is one coming up, I might try to find that out. Anything that's in driving distance is good. Of course, doing the trash to cash in Vegas, that's a airline ticket, hotel room, and all of that. So it's a pretty big expense. So hopefully, come the plush sales and the yard sale, I will make enough money to fund those things. Would be cool. And some of the items that I am putting up next week on the show, when it's all stuff that Ken bought himself to prove that he is a picker. Um, I've got about 4 drafts right here right now, and they're kinda they're heavy hitters, I think, for me anyway, and stuff that I pick, I think they're going to be, good items and hopefully something that will sell quickly to get the store moving. So, I guess we will start to wind this thing down. If nobody wants to jump in, we will call it a day. Um, uh, what else I was gonna say? Yeah, so check out Joe and Nicole tonight on I'd Flip That, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, in my time zone anyway, is the Reseller Showdown, a game show that they've got planned. Their promos look really cool. Mikey Bags of Money and Sunny Las Vegas are going to be on there. That should be fun. Yes, Billsy, you have a great day as well. Keep up the good sales and those keep rocking those IG posts with the records. I enjoy them anyway. So, all right. I guess that's it. I guess we'll call it. I've got my 10 listed. I am going to sell them. I'm looking at my notes here to see if there was anything else that I wanted to say. Nothing note wise. So we will end this one today. Make sure to check out the Reseller Clickbait podcast coming out on a Monday at 11 a.m. Yes, Lisa, thank you for hopefully you got a bunch of stuff listed there while you were listening in the background. Lisa was listening. Aaron is in the background listening. Janelle was here earlier. She was listening and listing in the background. So hopefully you folks got some stuff done. Maybe had a little bit of fun here. Maybe learned something. I'm not the teacher, but I like to just pass along my experiences and what I do. So we will catch you next week on 10 versus 10.